Your boy just woke up to some really good news. Shout out Jenny for sending me this because I probably wouldn't have seen it till much later in the day. But Sacramento, California's Death Grips finally replied to the rumors that they have broken up. They came out of Instagram retirement and posted for the first time in 2 years. But if you're out of the loop, let me catch you up to date really quick. Not a date like me and you at dinner, unless you're paying, but Death Grips is an experimental hip-hop band from California. Like I just said, they're super influential and super interesting to say the least. And this is one of those bands that it feels like everyone knows who they are, but at the same time, no one's ever heard of them. It's like they're bordering that line of mainstream, but regardless, that's not what this video is about. A few months ago, DMs have been leaked between Andy Morin and a fan. This fan seems to be some sort of graphic designer working on a flyer or something for Andy. The DMs read, yeah, it's over, Stefan doesn't want to do it anymore, but truthfully, none of us can ever predict what will happen with the group. The fan replies, LOL, do you like MF Doom? Andy replies, haven't listened much. And really quick, I just want to say, more than likely, this fan didn't get permission to leak these DMs. I'm very confident Andy had no idea that this screenshot would go all over Twitter or Reddit or wherever it went viral. Leaking DMs? Kinda cringe, brother, not gonna lie. But it's also insane how this guy just replies LOL to some crazy information. The dude just got insane intel. Okay, well, one of the most influential bands, one of the most popular bands in the underground just potentially broke up. And homie said, LOL. Do you like MF Doom? It's fucking insane. I'm not sure how you would reply to that information, but I guess asking if you like MF Doom is one way. Anyway, what happened was people made videos on it, okay? The information spread like wildfire. Everyone thought that this was Death Grips. Basically, they broke up in silence. Everyone thought that. No one expected them to come back. Even though Andy also said, who knows, the group is unpredictable. But it feels like, for the most part, people kind of took that information and ran with it. It was a sad day to be a fella that enjoys cool music, but we got some more information this morning. In Death Grips fashion, they just kind of gave us a note on Instagram. First time they've posted in 2 years, by the way. They like sloppily wrote on like what seems to be a framed art piece or some shit. It says, despite rumors and hearsay, we remain active as Death Grips. But notice it's signed by Stefan and Zach. Where's Andy? Andy Morin, that leaked this information that the band might not be a thing anymore, has not signed this frame. I'm not sure how to take this. Okay, this could be some sort of 5-head marketing genius play. All right, to get their name back in the news again. Maybe they're about to drop some new shit, some heat. Let's purposely not put Andy's name on it to have the fans speculate and talk and spread like wildfire again. Or the more likely situation, we kind of just take this as face value. Now we do toxic fun stuff. Let's speculate and try to narrow down the possibilities of what this means. I just turned on my ring light. I hope this lighting is better. I didn't wash my face yet, even though I woke up like 4 hours ago. Now looking back at the DMs, Andy states that Stefan doesn't want to do it anymore. Maybe Stefan was quietly trying to push Andy away from the project. Maybe Stefan just wanted a break from the project and just didn't want to make that public so they don't lead on fans thinking they broke up, which happened. They don't want to fully close the Death Grips door. Who knows? There's so many possibilities that could be going down here. But what I do know is you don't share private information, especially to fans who more than likely will spread these rumors. Now, to be clear, I don't think Andy did this with malicious intent, okay? He just probably said this without thinking. He probably just made a silly fella move, okay? I do silly fella moves every single day. Like I said, I didn't wash my face, okay? That's a silly fella move. Every day when I scratch my balls and stiff my hand, silly fella move. I always regret it. I just don't want to paint Andy as some sort of bad guy because I don't think he is. Another possible scenario is the band didn't fuck with this. They probably didn't fuck with Andy telling private information, so they gave him the boot, which I think would be kind of silly to boot him for. It's okay to get mad at Andy for it, right? But I think it'd be silly to fully kick him out of the band. He helped the band get their name back in the news for some time. Just as a reminder, like, hey, just so you guys know, we still exist. And again, being upset with Andy is fine, all right, because you don't want to lie to your audience. Straight up booting him is kind of ridiculous. But the last and likely scenario is Andy just stepped away from Death Grips. He probably don't feel like working on it anymore. If he told this random fan that Stefan had lost interest, I feel like that means they probably haven't linked up in a while, okay? Maybe the band wasn't in the studio for a while. Maybe they're kind of on this little break, this quiet break, and Andy probably picked up other projects. He probably filled up his schedule with other shit and just doesn't have the time for the band anymore. Or it could be as simple as, hey, I'm just not feeling it. I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm good. We had a great run with me and this band. I'm chilling. I don't want to do this, which is fine. It's okay to step away from a band if you don't feel like doing it anymore. But I just think it's fun to speculate. But at the end of the day, it doesn't even fucking matter. Okay, what matters is Death Grips are back, or I guess never left. It's a good day. Let's all commit arson and celebrate. But what do you think? Were my takes hot ass? Do you agree with me? What do you think happened with Andy? Do you think this means music is coming soon? How about you click right here? Okay, because I broke down every single subgenre of punk, and I need you to watch it because that video kind of flopped a little bit.